Hey, everybody, Doug.
Greg.
And this is Mike.
And we are the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast, part of the Off the Tongue Podcast Network. And who else might be on the Off the Tongue Podcast Network, you might ask? Well, you got the Greener Grass podcast. We got Teach a Dummy, Skate Ohio, the original Copycats, and Pint Pals podcast. So make sure to check all them out and give us a listen as well. Hey, welcome everybody to the show. We hope you're having a great week. How are you guys doing? Good?
Yeah, having a good week.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I have a headache tonight. My sinuses are killing me. So
Doug just got done riling Mike up with football talk.
I did. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. Doesn't matter.
Life is tough here.
Life is tough
as a
here.
Bears fan.
It is. Yes, we are Bears fans, and it's not good. All right. Tonight, we have, I think Mike's got a little bit of talk up front, and I think Greg does too. And Mike has a new segment for us, a Reddit segment, which we dearly love. Reddit.
Yes. Yes. I? No.
I also have, what is the proper amount of time for a hug? An airport in New Zealand has set the maximum time. So we'll see what we think about that. And then I think Greg's got a couple of, one's an airline story with a dog, and one is a Costco story with a dog.
Yes, a couple of dog stories. You know me, pooches. And I love my love of dogs.
Oh, yes, your love of dogs. In all things canine. So
all animals.
Greg, are you starting us off, or I don't know?
I can, because I'll bust it.
I didn't know who was going to go.
It's silly. It's just an observation I had. So I was just reading an article the other day that the country artist Jelly Roll.
See, country artist. I already have a problem with that.
Country guy, country singer.
I know who he is. I know. My wife likes him. My wife likes it. His songs are fine. I listen. It's like, yeah, it's the country part. Yeah. I was like, but I'm old school and I'm an old man, so go ahead.
It hasn't. My observation has nothing to do with that anyway.
Sorry.
My observation
I don't want to
is that
derail your whole simple.
So I read the article that Jelly Roll has lost now over 100 pounds.
Okay.
And he said by next year you're not going to recognize. Can he still be called Jelly Roll at that point?
See, I feel like you got to change your name.
What could they call him? I don't know.
Jelly Bean?
Jelly Slim?
Slim Jelly. Yeah. How about that? It's like a Slim Jim.
Twizzler?
Yeah, I was just, when I was reading the story, I'm like, well, he can't be Jelly Roll anymore.
No.
If he gets down in the, 150 range or something.
Jelly Unrolled, maybe.
Maybe
just jelly.
Because
you get rid of the roll, you're just jelly.
Yeah, he's jelly.
Because you can still be thin and jelly. You could not tighten it up. You can still be kind of jelly.
Kind of sagging.
But you're not big roll.
No, you're not the roll anymore.
No, you're just the jelly.
Because when you say Jelly Roll, I picture a big guy.
Jam, maybe? Jam?
Jelly Jam? Jam.
Jimmy sounds bigger than jelly to me, though.
Well,
it may not be.
There's Jimmy Jam, but that's more of a DJ name, because he jams. It's not the stuff you spread on bread.
I think at the very least you have to drop the roll. I mean, I would prefer you change your name to something more appropriate.
I think he's going to need to. Maybe like Tattoo Face. Or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. It was just then
you'll get confused with Post Malone. Yeah. They're like, I don't know what's going on. We got two guys that are kind of in the country genre and the whatever genre else, and they're all tatted up all over their face, and now they're both thin. It's like I always had Post Malone and Fat Post Malone. I didn't know.
He might end up looking like Post Malone when he's done. I mean, I don't know what their tattoos are, but I don't think they're matching, but.
Well, if I ever lose enough weight, I'm going to drop the roll on the end of my name.
Doug Roll.
Dougie Roll. Double stuffed Oreo. The big cup. I'm going to go with the Reese's.
Big cup. There you go.
Yeah. The big cup.
Big cup. Although that can imply other things.
Well, it would probably be true. Like I said, I'm a B cup. I'm trying to get that down. I'm trying to get the cup size down on me here.
I was thinking of a different cup.
Oh, I would much rather have that one then. I'm not going to dissuade that kind of talk going around. If you want to start that rumor, go right ahead.
I'm Dougie Cup.
You got to say, that you got to be careful because that's Doug E Cup. You're like an E Cup. Holy smokes! I could start an OnlyFans page then.
You could.
Give Only Mikes a run for their money. I don't know how we devolved into that.
I don't. From
Okay, there
Jelly
we go.
Roll to e-cups. Would that be an electronic cup, an e-cup?
I know.
It'd be like the bra, the USB
Oh,
bra.
gosh.
I don't even know if there is an e-cup. That's how stupid I am. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, by 2030, all cups have to be E.
They all have to be E.
EV.
Yes, that's right. For the environment.
Yeah, you can't have an analog cup at that
Oh,
point.
no. All e-cups.
I don't even
now.
know what that is.
I don't either.
I've just lost it.
Yeah. So, like I said, there may not even be such a thing. I don't know.
So, Jelly Roll needs to stay heavier.
Or
All right.
lose the name. Or you got to rebrand yourself.
Yeah, he's
You
got
gotta
to
come out.
I think that's what he's got to do.
I think you just have to come out with a whole different name, and it's a different person. Look at it's like, oh, that's a new guy there.
Yeah. Maybe cover the tattoo. You wouldn't even know who he is.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
He could just wear like a helmet or something, or a mask,
I think a mask.
like marshmallow. I don't even know what that is. My wife was See, I'm super old because my wife was. I was like, "What is
that
this?"
the big white head?
Yeah, it looks like a bucket.
Yeah.
He's got a bucket. He's not even a singer. He's a DJ.
He's a DJ,
I'm like, what?
yeah.
First, I'm like, she's like, oh yeah, he's a singer. I was like, how does he sing with a bucket on my head? That's what I think. So how do you do it with a bucket on your head? And then it's like, oh, he's just a DJ. Like, so he does nothing. What is he doing on this video? Okay. Anyway, sorry, old man rant. I just blew off it. I'm getting us all off track. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. I'm done. I'm done with Jelly Roll.
Well, I know another place where you may not need to get rolls anymore.
Okay.
So how about that transition? That's the best.
That was a good one.
So Jimmy John's will soon be serving a pickle witch with sliced pickles in place of the bread.
I thought it was for Halloween.
Oh,
I'm a pickle witch. Like, what?
It's a she carries
Pickle witch.
she carries around a jar of Claussens with her.
Instead of a wand.
Yeah,
Oh, there's our yodeling
the yodeling
pickle.
pickle.
The podcast Yodeling Pickle. That never quits yodeling.
That's our yodeling
Well,
pickle.
Okay, so pickle witch,
So Jimmy John's,
like a sandwich.
yes.
Got it.
It's basically what they're doing is they're replacing the slices of bread with pickles.
That is disgusting looking. I just now saw the picture.
I saw the picture. It's disgusting.
So I'm imagining
That's a big pickle.
that was my point. It's like I'm imagining a Jimmy John's
That
sandwich.
is a big pickle.
It's an E.
Oh yeah, if there was an E pickle, this is what that would be. Because this is the length of an entire sandwich.
Yeah.
I don't think I could fit that pickle in my mouth.
You'd have to nibble at it.
It's a big pickle. I mean, that's a little scary. That's a big pickle.
Well,
It is.
think about the crunch when you would bite into this sandwich. I mean, it would just be the
Think
pickle
about all
parts
the
on
juices that are.
this splatter everywhere. You try to eat that at work or something
Yeah.
next to your coworker's cubicle.
And the Jimmy John, I scrolled on down. The Jimmy John advertisement
There is a
has
witch.
a witch.
There is a witch.
So it's both. It's the pickle witch.
Yeah, so it says it'll be available to customers nationwide on October 28th through the
Yeah,
November
and
14th.
she's holding it, and she has like it takes up her whole hand. It's a giant pickle.
Yeah,
It is a big pickle.
So they're out through the 14th of November, both with typical sub-ingredients inside a giant hollowed-out kosher dill pickle.
I think, wouldn't you have to cut it? It's not soft like bread, and with it being that big, I don't know if you can get your mouth on it and then bite down and it's just going to crunch. It seems like it would fall apart. Now, in all fairness, I don't like pickles, so I would not like this, but...
See, on the flip, I love pickles.
Have you ever gotten just one of the big pickles?
I have. I like them from Jimmy John's. Well,
Would you
is that
want
what
it
you're-
as a sandwich?
No. I think it's too much. Because I like the pickle as a topping on a sandwich or a burger, but
Sliced.
I don't want my sandwich to be a giant pickle.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of the inversion, basically, here. So
because I
It's
like
a limited
little,
time offer,
Limited
too.
time.
Yeah, well, I like a little pickle with my sandwich, not a little
Yeah.
sandwich with my pickle.
exactly.
So you would have to make like a slider with your pickle.
That's right.
It's a little pickle.
Yeah, I don't know what the witch is for.
Like sandwich, pickle witch.
Yeah, like they're rolling it.
Play
yeah.
on the words. And probably
spelled-
because
And Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
It's not spelled the same.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Halloween.
Now, I
don't know.
I had noticed too that a few months ago, I don't know if it's still a thing or not, but Taco Bell had been using giant Cheez-Its as part of their menu there for a little while.
Right.
I never had any of that. So
I'm not a fan of the Cheez-It.
they're fine, but like I don't want a giant.
They're okay.
I don't want a giant tostada thing on a Cheez-It, like from Taco Bell.
Do we need to try to doctor up Mexican food to make it better? I mean, how about just a corn tortilla or a corn shell taco and meat and cheese and salsa? I don't.
Well,
what else do you need with it?
They saw what the cereals were doing with all the combined.
That's what I'm afraid of. They're ruining stuff.
So that leads me to my larger point was, and I think Doug hit it on the head. Instead of having like these super extravagant, weird combinations of fast food restaurants, how about we just like focus on making things better?
Yeah.
It's like, can we just have that? It's like,
No.
Or items that we all liked and were taken away. It's like, okay, if we're going to be experimenting with stuff, how about that? Like, how about bringing stuff back that used to be there?
Hey, Taco Bell, instead of using Cheez-Its, how about you use real meat? How about that one instead of that ground sawdust stuff that they put in there? I don't know what it is. It's not very meaty. It's kind of just a paste.
I'm just not a fan of all these weird things. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. I just don't like it.
I know McDonald's has the Big Mac chicken now. It's like a double chicken sandwich with Mac sauce. And I know that's not a combination. But it's not the Big Mac. The Big Mac has been around since the 60s, probably 50s. Now we're going to make it into a chicken. I agree. I don't like the abominations of these things.
It's just going too far.
Yeah.
It's going too far. And again, this is coming from, I like pickles, but I'm not doing the pickle witch.
No. I'm with you.
I refuse the pickle witch.
I agree.
She'll put a spell on you.
All right. Well, that's all I had on that. Time for Reddit.
Yeah. Let's try this. This is something brand new.
So this Reddit segment, it's going to be called True Off My Chest.
Brought to you by the Pickle Witch.
No. In that case, I think I'll pass on the Reddit segment. So what this one is, True Off My Chest. This one's kind of like where people will come on to this the Reddit thread, and they'll just kind of throw some stuff off there to throw it out there to get stuff off their chest. So it's kind of like an admission thing in a weird way.
But this isn't like the segment we did, Am I the A-hole, where we have to try to judge people. But we will judge.
But we'll judge.
Oh,
yes.
we always judge.
But there's not a clear... It may not be a clear A-hole necessarily most of the time. This is...
Could be multiple.
Could be multiple. I tried to just pick some of the lighthearted ones because there's like stuff on here like a little bit heavier, a little bit out there. I tried to pick some of the lighthearted stuff. So we'll see how it goes.
Keep it light.
Yeah, because things are pretty light around the world right now.
There's nothing serious going on.
No political stuff, no wars, none of that. So, that's we'll keep it real light for everybody.
It's not like everybody's favorite football teams give up Hail Marys to lose.
or maybe just ours.
Well, okay, so here's the first one. So
Greg had to talk me and Mike in off of the roof when we came here. Come on, no, we're ending it. All right, sorry, this isn't a football podcast.
No, so here's the first one. It starts off this way. My wife doesn't know.
Well, that's never.
That starts out bad, right?
No, that's not.
So, okay.
Unless it's like her birthday gift.
No, not quite, but it says, my wife doesn't know, but once or twice a month after she falls asleep, I order a medium pizza and 8 wings, and I eat them outside in the backyard by myself and throw away the evidence before I go to bed. All right, so here's that. That's the intro. That's how it starts off.
So he eats wings.
Eat some pizza, a medium pizza, and 8 wings.
8 wings.
So that's how it starts off. Here's some more context. It says,
"Good.
It's honestly the most exciting thrill that I often daydream about and look forward to." It says, I wake up in the morning pretty thirsty and bloated, though. LOL. I ordered a large pizza tonight instead of a medium because of a coupon. But I went with a thin crust.
He's really going to be bloated.
I like regular crust way better. After I polished off the 8 hot wings, I had to tap out after about 4.5 slices. I was just too full. Probably won't be doing too many more of these. But some of you enjoyed partaking in my secret plate night indulgences, and he had come back with a couple updates of people urging him to go to a large pizza after a medium pizza. So, I mean, if this is the worst thing, I guess your wife You hide from your wife? I don't know. Is this good or bad? Or I don't know.
My first thought. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?
No, go ahead.
The fact that he says he fantasizes about like that, you may want some counseling. You and your wife, you got to have a better marriage than that. That's my first thing. You can't have that. That can't be your fantasy. Like you said, there's a lot worse things you can do and hide from your wife. Probably aren't going to get divorced over this one. Probably, but I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. It depends how it's affecting him when he gets to bed.
I could be. And I would need
he said
to know,
he's bloated in the morning.
Yeah.
If there's some gas release.
I kind of need to know where the pizza's coming from too. Is this like Domino's? Just like, dude, you can't do this. This has got to be some like fancy special pizza that.
I bet it's a cheap one because he's ordering late. He's probably getting it delivered.
I guess everybody has their version of wings, but
they look really good. He posted some pictures of them. I'm trying to see from the pizza box.
Mike's
if
having
I can
a
tell.
fantasy about them right now.
The wings, I'm not gonna lie, those wings look good. I may have to order some tonight.
I guess my question: why are you hiding this from your wife?
Well, that's what I don't. That's what's my question.
Unless she's like a health nut or health person that's wanting you to eat better, or maybe the guy is like Jelly Roll and he's trying. She wants him to get down to just jelly and lose the roll.
I will say the guy, he's pretty fit. Like he posted a picture of himself with a thumbs up after his pizza. So maybe it's one of the things. Maybe it's a like secret indulgence or something.
Maybe she's vegan.
Maybe. She wouldn't like those wings, that's for sure.
Yeah, if she's vegan, I still think you can't hide it. Even if they're vegan, like, look, you can be vegan. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I'll when we go out or if I fix you something, I'll try to make it vegan or whatever, but I'm eating them wings. And a big taco.
Well, she must be out because you come in there belching up pizza and wings. It's going to smell, man.
Just getting out of bed. Does your wife you get out of bed and your wife just sound asleep? I mean, and wouldn't know that you're gone? Maybe.
Usually if I move, my wife she's awake too. So.
Yeah. Lori sleeps pretty heavy, but I think
Mrs. sleeps pretty heavy
she would
anymore.
Know if I got up though.
When you having it delivered?
No, I might not.
Huh?
I said I might not know, but if she got up.
Maybe she's getting up and eating pizza and wings.
And not telling me.
You're missing out on some good stuff, Grace. Honestly.
You go to take out the trash one day. Like, what's all these pizza boxes doing in here?
My husband doesn't know, but it's like, oh.
One guy says in the comments, he says, I tried this once. I forgot to turn off the security cameras though.
She's watching him on the Ring doorbell.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but apparently other people do it too. So I don't know.
I don't run around and hide things from my wife, really. I
don't get the point, really. Like I said, unless she's extreme vegetarian and gets on his case all the time about.
Is it a topless delivery person or something? Maybe that was the reason.
Well, that throws another curveball.
Yeah. Maybe he
order a boober to bring it in to you instead of Uber. I don't know.
Maybe it's like the school cookie thing, Doug, that you've explained before. Maybe the wife eats all the good slices, and maybe he doesn't.
Well, then now you're making a good argument.
Some validity to that one.
He gets all the bad wings. He doesn't get.
I might have to start secretly ordering my desserts that I can eat what I want. Because if I order it with my wife, she gets all the best parts, and I get the burnt, leftover, crunchy edges.
Doug comes to bed. He's got chocolate all over his face.
You just have to do it late at night.
She would probably look at me and wouldn't even think anything about it and just roll back over. She wouldn't even ask. She'd be like, oh.
Is that Reese's on your face?
Yeah. Come on to bed,
cookie
big
dough.
cup.
All right, so there's that one. Here's another one. I like this one. It says, I am secretly my boyfriend's live stream viewers. So my boyfriend has just started video game streaming on Twitch. That's the platform. My boyfriend started streaming.
Thank you for that.
Yes, I figured I should throw that out there up front. And he gets pretty excited about it. He didn't buy a whole fancy setup yet, but he likes to live stream whenever he is playing his video games. I streamed briefly and know how hard it is to get viewers. I opened multiple browsers on my laptop, work laptop, phone, iPad, and this way I can have the stream going and it counts as multiple viewers. When he saw that he had four viewers, he was stoked. It was only 4 viewers, but he was so happy. There's little in the world right now that can cause this sort of genuine happiness and expression. This is from COVID. I sit on the other side of the couch with the volume down and all my devices and just pretend I'm doing schoolwork. So
no, I find that sweet. That's a nice. Well, I like that.
And she gave
she just gave my solution for getting listeners for this podcast.
I was going to say, I think our wives secretly do this. We're like, look up,
we're up to 12.
Look at that. It's all our wives are just opening up tablets and phones and laptops.
Yeah. Well, and actually, she gave an update. This was, well, it doesn't say when the update was, but he says now he's over 1,000 viewers on his streams. So, dude, like he's doing all right for
And how many
now.
is she?
1,000.
Yeah.
999.
Yeah.
Her friends.
Yeah.
She goes to the computer lab at the college and just opens them all
Just
up.
logs them all in.
Crushing it.
The Apple Store, all the devices there.
He gets his reports. Man, the people at the junior college love me.
Yeah.
And I would be just as happy. I'd be like, I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. That was a fun one. A nice gesture.
Yeah.
It was during COVID, so he was trying to do something that, I mean, everybody does video game streaming now, it seems like. So, trying it out. Gave him a head start, I guess.
A little help. Yeah.
So, how about
Nice gesture.
How about this one here? We'll finish with this one. This one is probably the dumbest of them all, but I just gave me a chuckle. The title is, I just had an 8-second fart.
It's the pizza guy with the wings.
This is the follow-up.
Yeah.
It says, okay, I guess I can't swear in my life if it was a full 8 seconds, but wow, it certainly felt like 8 seconds. It was nuts. It just kept going and going and going. I want to tell all my friends, but how do I tell my friends about the 8-second fart? I was worried I had popped a leak or something. I think I have single-handedly increased the Earth's temperature by 1 degree.
Single hole.
He says, no high has ever felt this euphoric. My colon feels feather-light. I have lost an inch around my waist. It feels amazing. I feel amazing.
8 seconds.
Yeah. The first comment
That'd be a
says,
champion bull ride for 8 seconds.
Yeah.
You get the big belt buckle for that one.
some of the comments on this one, I like this too. He says, I'm feeling the secondhand relief from here. And then somebody else just says, rookie numbers.
Rookie numbers.
You know, in bull riding, they call, I just looked that up. If you ride the full amount, they call that 8 seconds to glory. So you could double that. It could be either way.
Well, maybe he's got that.
Then there was another comment. I was just happy for you, bro.
Nice.
Was
Anyway.
this a one-time occurrence, or is he
It seems like
capable
one time.
reproducing this?
There's no update, so I don't know if he's replicated it.
And does he start going for a record then? I did 8. I think I can do 9.
So I feel without some kind of evidence, you can't just take somebody at their word.
Yeah. Turn on your phone, Mike.
But how do you know, like, when it's going to happen, though, you know?
I think sometimes you know.
You feel
Well, okay.
you feel it bubbling up.
If you ate a whole pizza and a bunch of wings before you go to bed, you better get the phone ready. You know, it's probably coming.
Might want to start that live
You
stream.
might want to start the live stream.
So,
And then his
anyway,
wife will listen for likes. I mean,
there's a little sampling of the thread, so
Nice.
I just figured to try it. So, I'll find some more, maybe we can revisit later. But
yeah.
Just
Oh,
try
I
to
thought
keep
you were going to
them-
give a sample of the fart there. I thought you,
Oh, no.
I hope
I
not.
thought you-
No.
We're in a
we're going to wash that mic
poorly
off.
ventilated basement right now. I don't think we want to be.
We don't want to test 8 seconds.
No. No, please not.
I love the way that one ends. It felt amazing. I feel amazing. So, anyway, some lighthearted stuff from Reddit. Kind of keep it light.
That's good. I like it.
And now we all feel a little lighter, I guess.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm going to head to New Zealand. I'm going to butcher
We'll
this
see ya.
name probably. Dunedin Airport in New Zealand. They have set the maximum time limit for goodbye hugs for travelers. The maximum. So they put
8
up
seconds?
some signs. It could be.
Well, if it's that guy,
Yeah.
Says an airport overseas is attempting to step up its efficiency by restricting emotional farewell embraces. Dunedin Airport in Momona, New Zealand, implemented a 3-minute max
why?
hug time in September to keep things moving smoothly. They put up a sign as well that says that maximum hug time 3 minutes for fonder farewells. Please use the car park. So I guess you could go make out in the parking lot if you wanted to, but not in this, not in the drop off. And so that's what it is
for hugging it.
Yes,
right.
yes.
So what it is, it's for like quick drop offs and pickups, and people, I guess, were standing there lingering and hugging each other and saying goodbye. And so they said 3 minutes and you move along. Some travelers took to social media to share their thoughts. Wow, the government just wants to control everything. Yeah, so a lot of people weren't happy. Some were. They said, "Hey, I understand, that you're going to miss your loved one, but you also have to keep the lines moving." So there's not a whole lot more with that story, other than, what are your thoughts on that? It seems like a long time for a hug to me. A 3 minute hug.
That's a long hug
for a hug.
Well, we're from the Midwest, so we know the Midwest goodbye. You say goodbye about 18 times,
yes,
and you're still hanging out 15 minutes later.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a pickup and drop off, especially like if you're an Uber driver or something, I can see why it would be annoying if you're there and these people are just taking forever, clogging up the spots. It's like, no, come on, get out of the way. So I understand why they did this, because it's supposed to be quick pickups, quick drop offs, and you're on the way.
I also feel like in the Midwest, so the Midwest goodbye, which is a thing, I feel like that's more like when I'm in the house or when you're at somebody's house. Yeah. But if I'm out somewhere, I feel almost ill sometimes if I'm causing someone else to, if someone's have to wait on me, I'm like, I don't like that at all. I don't want to be the reason that someone else is being delayed, or I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let's get the stuff. Let's move on.
Well, and to that point too, it's like, okay, so can we not say the goodbyes and hug it out and stuff before we get to the airport? Like, do we have to do that at the airport? Like, can we accomplish that before we leave, before we get in the car? Or does it have to be done at the airport? Because I feel like you could say your goodbyes, hug, whatever, before you get in the car, and then you get in the car, drop off, and then you're just on your way.
Yeah, I think so. Or a quick one at the curb,
That's fine.
See ya.
We all like a quick one at the curb.
That's old E-Cup's favorite.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, 3 minutes? Or who was hugging each other for 3 minutes?
I feel like if my wife was going to drop me off and I'm leaving, or vice versa, we'd probably say our goodbyes in the car and stuff, before we got there, before we left. And then when we get there, I'd pull up and say, "You got everything? If you need me, call," or whatever. And then we'd probably lean over, give a quick kiss. Boom. I'm out. And I would just go. That's me.
Yeah, that'd be us too.
Even though I am a man of great passion. I still.
Are you a hugger?
Now see, the problem, my wife can't keep her hands off me. So that would be she's gonna hate that. Well, when you're married to the big cup, you just can't. So just in general, how long, let's flush some of this out. I got a list of things. I don't know if you guys have. I like setting times for things. I think we need a maximum time for stuff. I think 3 minutes is way too long for a hug.
Yeah. I think it's too long.
It is uncomfortably long.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortably long.
Even somebody I'm in love with and give my life for is like 3 minutes for a
That's a long hug.
That's a long. So what are your times? What do you got? I got a time.
I mean, I'll throw my number out there. It might seem a little low, but might be funny, ironically. I'm the lowest number. I don't know. I'm going like 10 seconds.
I was saying 15, so
I said 45. Wow, I went big. My wife would say probably 2.5.
I mean, seconds?
Yes. Yes, not minutes. Are you kidding? If I tried to hug her for 3 minutes, she'd be like, "I can't breathe."
I'm just like, I'm
You're smothering me.
It's like, okay, so I give my grandparents hugs, and they're probably like the longest hug that I mean, I appreciate them, but it's not more than like 10 seconds. It's like 10 seconds.
I don't even know if mine's 10 normally. I was reaching out.
No, my 45 is a maximum hug. So, because I was trying to think, like, let's say somebody's upset or something.
Depends a little bit on
I'm not just saying like just an average hug. If we're going average hug, I would go with you. 10. I guess I was looking at like a maximum amount. I would say 10, 15. I would probably go 15 seconds for an average hug. The maximum amount of time.
You got a family member, they're leaving for a long period of time. You're not going to see them for a long time. And it's like, okay, I could see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Maybe you pay extra and you can get a longer hug. Here's a little kiosk here. You put your hug token in.
I'll revise. So for a maximum hug time, I'll revise my number. I'll go for like 30 to 45.
Yeah. And I was using that for every type of hug. That's
Just
even if you're devastated crying, 45 seconds, like, okay, dude, you got to get on with life now.
Find somebody on the plane to hug.
Look, you've had 45 seconds. It's time to move on.
Trying to console my wife. But sorry. Time's run out.
Sorry. I know. So also, I got a list of things. I'll do a couple. I don't know if you guys have any.
I really only came up one so far. I might, when you're talking about them, I might think of others.
Time at the urinal. I'm talking from the time you step in front of the urinal to the time where you've zipped up.
Is there any room for, well, how long are you giving?
I got a time. Maximum time. I got 1 minute and 47 seconds. That's doing the business
47.
and getting out. Yeah. You don't need, why do you need to be there longer?
Yeah. I would say I agree with that most of the time. There's one circumstance where it's different. You sat in the movie theater for an hour and a half and you drank an extra large Polar Pop while you're watching the movie. You know that feeling when the movie ends and you gotta hit, sometimes those can go pretty long.
They can.
I don't know if you'd go over 147 or not.
I would say that's a special circumstance.
Yeah,
you
might need a permit for that.
Oh, a permit, definitely.
Issued by the movie theater or
by me?
What?
Okay. I'm going to put it out there.
Yeah, like it comes with your movie ticket.
If I come in there and you're still there, I'm like,
yes.
listen, you've been here for 2 minutes and 13 seconds. You got a permit for this or just 1 second? Let me.
You're in violation.
I don't want to touch it. Just show it to me.
It's the Department of Times and Measures. Right. They also talk about the E-cup.
Yes, they do.
They take care of the measure of that.
And the volume of urine that's going in.
Yes.
We got to see what that is.
We got to know all that.
Mike, did you have a time?
I'd say like a minute 30.
No, Mike went less than me. Well, I'm older. So Mike will get there. Mike will get he might get to the 2 minute. I might get to the 2 minute mark at some
I'm going
point.
to give you up to the 2 minute. I'll give you 2 minutes at the urinal.
I would allow for 2.
Yeah.
This minute 47, I'm going to give you a cushion of like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I'll give you up to 2.
See, I see Mike's face. He's like, no, you get a minute and a half.
The urinal is like I'd rather hug for 3 minutes than be at the urinal for a minute 30.
What if you were hugging at the urinal?
That is I've done something very wrong if I'm in that situation. Something has gone very poorly.
Well, you're leaving and you're upset.
And you're in the airport bathroom at least.
Yeah. Oh, even worse. Oh, it's just keeps getting worse and worse.
All right. What about going in for big potty? You got to sit down at the stall.
That one requires a little more time.
It does. But I feel like people waste a lot of time in that bathroom. I think
I better never hear the phone being operated.
Let's streamline this down to a time.
Let's say a minute and a half for the number 1 while you're sitting, and then number 2 kicks into gear.
Well, see, I'm not telling you. It depends. Is it a clean bathroom? Is it dirty? I mean, sometimes you got to do some prep. Sometimes you got to do some cleaning.
True, you got to do some
before
cleanup.
You can just sit down.
Wipe things down.
Maybe you got to find that little toilet seat condom that you got to put on it or whatever that paper thing is that you put down for your protection.
This depends. Are we in a public place or are we at like our home bathroom?
At your home, that's all on you. Okay. I'm saying out in public where you could affect other people.
Where I can go at my own leisurely pace.
If you want to take 2 hours in the bathroom.
Okay, so we're at the airport bathroom.
Yes.
Or a restaurant. Or
restaurant, gas station, wherever. Work.
I mean, I can go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
At max, you probably get 5 minutes. Like, you gotta take care of your business and not linger. But that's with grace if you've ate a medium pizza and 8 wings the night before. I mean, some of that's probably factored in there too.
It's gotta be.
So yeah.
Or you got a little constipation going on. You might have sit there a minute.
Yeah. So what's your time, Greg?
I actually was going less though. I was going 4.
I went 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
The specific seconds.
I think you got to keep it under 5. Especially if you're at work. You can't go camp out at work in one of the stalls. And like you said, now there are there are people that have medical conditions.
Yeah, there are extenuating
I
circumstances.
will need a doctor's note.
Yeah.
I need it signed by the doctors, and every year. You got to get a new one every year. This can't be I got this when I was 17 and I'm now 52. Like, no. And if you do have that problem, you can't eat a whole pizza and wings at midnight. You got to know that. You got to know, like, look, I got problems. I'd eat some bran flakes at midnight. Get that cleaned out before you get out on the road somewhere.
Now, if you're in there for number 2 and there's one stall or one seat, there's a couple urinals maybe, but one seat, and you see a guy come up to the door, you can't get, because you're in there. Do you rush your number 2 or do you take your time?
I'm always trying to rush my number 2. I will be honest. I rarely take a number 2 out in public.
I hope so. They don't like it in public.
Or in a bathroom. When I'm in San Francisco.
What's he doing?
Oh, in San Francisco, when in Rome.
Yeah.
No, but I don't like using public bathroom. I'm weird. I don't.
I don't love
Does
it.
anybody like using public bathrooms?
I get to the point where I will drive home and my body's like, just go. I'm like, I can't do it.
That's what my wife does.
I can't do it. I think she's correct.
Yeah.
I'm with Courtney on this one.
Yeah.
You need that home field advantage. Look, I got it's a strange field. I don't know what kind of toilet paper they're going to have there.
It's always
no. What if I'm there and like you said, somebody's jiggling the door? Now I feel rushed. Now I'm like, oh no, I got to hurry and I can't. Now I can't go.
Or some guy just destroyed it and you walk in.
You're like, oh. And nothing's not all flush, and you go to flush it, and it comes up. You're like, oh, come on.
The water's still brown.
I should have went home. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with the toilet. There's a lot of problems.
Yes, there are. And you see trace elements on the walls or floors sometimes.
Oh, no.
See, I just walk out. I poop my pants. I'm like, nope. I will just buy new underwear at this point, because that'll be better and less embarrassing than using this bathroom.
I didn't like that whole part of it there, but the trace elements, that just killed it for me.
Well, that happens. Sometimes it's on the rim.
I don't want to think about it.
No. I'm hoping it's just Sarah. Have you ever been in where it's like on the wall? You're like, how do you get it up that high?
Yes.
I know I'm shorter. I'm only 5'8", but still somebody is like, what did a giraffe come in and use the toilet?
Or did you?
What happened?
Use your hand and then wipe it on the wall?
I don't know. It's terrible. All right, I didn't mean to devolve into this. I'm just trying to hash out some time. Now, this one we've talked about before, but this should be an easy one. The ATM.
Oh, I'm fast.
Greg's favorite.
I'm fast on the ATM.
No receipts left either. If you don't take your receipt.
No, there better not be a receipt.
I got a time.
Minute and a half.
Oh. I was going to say like a minute. I mean.
I said 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Like, it's for getting quick cash.
Well.
That's it. I don't do any banking.
I don't think the machine that we use will go even 30 seconds. Based on machine time.
The machine's
only.
too slow.
Yeah.
I could go faster.
Well, then it's not your fault. I'm just saying, if the machine is going slow, you
I'm
can't
all
control
about
that.
the speed on that.
I will say minute and a half max. I mean, that's the max. That's it. If it's taking longer than that, you need to go to the bank. I don't know. That's my opinion.
Oh, fair.
Yep, I'm up for a minute and a half.
All right. How about at a restaurant? Like you go up to order your food. Let's say this is fast food.
So like fast food joint, you walk up and you don't know what you want because you're stupid.
I was going to say, how do you know? Every fast food, they've only been around forever, and you've only gone to them forever.
Okay, well,
Americans are obese. We go to way too much. You should know what's on. In fact, you could probably sing a song about what's on the menu. You don't even have to think about it.
Well, all of a sudden, you think you know what you want, and then you see giant pickles as your bread.
Oh,
and now the whole thing is thrown off.
yeah, yeah.
And then you might be thinking, wow, I got to go back to work after this, and I'm only allowed 4 minutes in that bathroom. So I don't know if I should get the giant pickle.
I should just stick with my medium pizza and wings. Okay, I can go here. By the time you walk up to the counter to place your order, not dependent on the other person taking your order.
Well, are they there?
Let's say
yes, yes. We'll assume
Let's
that.
say everything goes smooth on their end. This is only as much as you can.
It takes you 30 seconds to detail what you're ordering.
All right.
To the worker. Because never. I'll leave that part out.
I like it faster, so but I'll go 45. No more than a minute.
See, I said a minute 19.
Oh, really?
I did, and my reason was because I'm trying to factor some of this in, because I order things special a lot of times, and they always mess it up and repeat it back wrong, and I got to tell them the thing, or I'll tell them.
It's a little bit on your fault.
It is, and I try to hurry things along. Well, I will lay it out, and I'll go up and they'll say, "Can I help you?" I'll say, "Yes, I would like." Chick-fil-A is the worst with this. If I go up there, I'll say, "Yeah, I would like a large iced tea, half sweet, half unsweet, 12-count chicken nuggets with a small fry." How would you like that large tea? It's like, I just laid and they'll ask me again, and I'll have to say it over and over. Again, that's not my fault. So I guess I could order much quicker. So because we're not counting them into it. It's my part of it.
Yeah. I wasn't imagining.
I think it's got to be under a minute, too.
I wasn't picturing the conversation. I was just picturing the word my mouth moving at the cash register.
So you weren't including the clerk getting their manager over to look at something on the machine or any of that?
Being confounded because you gave them $4.07. What? Okay.
No.
I'm with Mike now. Mike's talking me 30 seconds. I think that's max. In and out. You should be able to do it.
I can do that.
Seconds.
Because if you want to look at the menu, make your determination, you do that before you proceed
exactly
to the register.
Exactly.
We'll get behind someone at McDonald's every once in a while, and they're looking there trying to figure out what they want, not to mention the 8 Happy Meals they need to get for all the kids they've got around them.
Happened to me today, and I just wanted an iced tea. And then the gal messed up the order.
Of course.
Did you have one? Go ahead. I don't want to.
Well, yeah, one. It's similar. It's related to all these things. And that is your time at the counter at the gas station. If you're ordering lottery tickets and cigarettes,
just check out.
You got to have a maximum time. Some of those people take forever to get their order through at the gas station. And now they've got that automated stupid thing where the gals are standing behind it working on the food machine all the time. Not waiting on you at all.
I've got that thing down though. When I
do
boom,
too.
boom, boom.
It's fast.
It shouldn't. You should have your wallet out or the wallet out of the purse, money, card, whatever. You should have that all in hand.
Yeah.
Before you lay your stuff on that or before they take it and ring it up. I shouldn't be waiting for you to pull your wallet out of your pants after they tell you how much. You're like, yeah, let me see. Oh, what's this? What's that? It's like, no. They already gave you the amount. You should hand them or tap your card or whatever you're doing. And get out.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
It's like a 30-second process. It's like the fast food one. You walk up, set your drink. Either the machine grabs it and rings it up real quick, or the clerk it's a Polar Pop. But if you're adding in, let's see. Do I extend it all for somebody getting chewing tobacco, lottery tickets, cigarettes? Do we extend it?
Mike?
I'll go 45 seconds, actually.
I was going to say 45 seconds.
I wrote down 45 seconds. So I think we have established 45 seconds is the maximum.
Yes.
That's the maximum.
Because I could do a lot faster, but I'm not ordering all that other stuff.
And then I had the fast checkout too. Okay, couple more real quick. Let's say you're going to a store. This is kind of on the vein of the airport. And you pull up and you say to your wife, or maybe your wife's driving, she says, "Hey, you want me to just let you out at the door?" Yes. Yeah, that'd be great. How long should you stop in front of the, I got to be honest. This stresses me out.
Hold it. Say it again. You're getting dropped off at the door.
Let's just say person A, because I don't want to make it necessarily you and your wife or me and my, person A is going to the store with person B.
Yes.
Person A is driving.
Yes.
They say, "Do you want me to just park or do you want me to let you off at the door?" Person B says, "Oh yeah, let me off at the door." So they pull up and they stop. Person B has to get out and get across the parking lot, the entrance
in front of the car,
and into the store. How long as person A do you stop? I've really confused this now. Everybody's like, person A, person B. I didn't know there was math involved in it. Like, no. How long should you be stopped blocking traffic to let the person go into the store?
20 seconds.
I wasn't even going to say that long. 10 seconds.
I said 15.
You get out of the car and bolt, man.
Now.
And Lori's fast. We'd stop.
Greg just shoves her.
I
just slow down.
I usually try to work the car so that
Greg's a slow roll.
So that the door is on her side.
Yeah.
So that we pull in, she can hop out, go in. I don't have to wait for her to walk in front or behind.
That is fine at your fancy little Walmart over here. But if you're at the Walmart in our town, you would have to go all the way around the parking lot and come the other way and take about 7 minutes to do this.
Yeah, see, ours, you know how it is.
Yeah, you can go on either side.
You can pull right
There's
in.
only one way in and one way out on ours.
Same with Kroger. I'll just pull up in front, let her out.
Yeah, Kroger's is that way, but the Walmart in our town is not.
So after you let her out, do you park in the fire lane?
Well, obviously. I thought that's what that was for.
That's a big thing here in town on our Facebook
That
group.
was my next, that was
the
follow-up. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect. So I said 15 seconds, but here's the thing. The person on the other side, if they're taking something back or they're taking they need to get their purse or their bag. If you're a guy, I don't know. I'm not making this just about
get my
women.
European carry-all or fanny pack.
But you need to have that ready when I say, you want me to let me off? Yeah. Grab your stuff. So when I stop, you open the door and get out. Not like, oh, now I'm looking and now I got like 2, 3, now 4 cars in line. Like, come on, we got to go. I'm past the 15-second mark. We have to move it. She's like, you're going to be, who cares? I'm like, I care. I don't want people mad at me.
Yeah.
I don't like being the reason people are having to wait. I don't care if people are mad at me. I don't want to be the reason they have to wait. And so how long should you be able to park up in the fire lane or up to pick up your spouse?
10 minutes max.
I can't give that one to you. I got to drastically cut that. I'm going like 3 minutes.
There and waited while.
No, you were wrong. I'm with Mike. I said 5 max. That's the max. Usually you go park out back and I tell my wife, you let me know when you're checking out and coming in. I'll pull up and get you. There's no reason for you to sit up front.
Well, I'm not saying I always do this. A lot of times I drive around the parking lot. And like you said, maybe I'll try if there's a slot that's close where I can see the front door. I'll see her checking out, and then I'll drive around. But
I think
I have sat in the lot for 10 minutes.
You can't sit there for 10 minutes. You need to sit somewhere else in the parking lot and then have them let you know. I've seen people pull up there and get out and go. It's like,
never done that,
dude. You cannot do that or do that or whoever it is.
Never done that.
I'm like, no. I'm with Mike. I see that. And I just want to ram my car into no.
I've pulled up, and if somebody would come up and need that spot, I'd move. It's not
like the fire
hard
truck.
and fast. What's that?
No,
like a fire truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they would pull, I have never seen a fire truck in the fire lane ever.
Well, they got to go park way out back because everybody's always there.
That could
People
be.
are dying left and right because the rescue squad has to park out next to Culver's there in Morton. Run a half a mile up to the store.
It's good for them.
All right. Last thing, this is a little different, but I don't even know if there's a time. When you go to get in a car, like you're getting ready to leave, when I get in a car in a parking lot, how long are you in that spot before you leave? Like I'll give you the example. When I go out to the car,
tricky.
I unlock the door, I get in, I start it up, and I'm ready to go. Now, I've seen a lot of people that will get in the car, and then they'll put the key in the ignition, and they'll turn it, and the lights will come on. Maybe start, maybe not. And then they're digging around and things. They're doing this. They're putting things. And they sit there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, what are we doing?
I have done that before.
Why? What are you doing? Explain.
So if I'm out and about doing something, usually I won't always check my phone or whatever whatever I'm doing, what I'm doing, if I'm grocery shopping or whatever. So I get to the car, I'll check a couple messages or whatever if I get any. And then sometimes it's like I got to get sunglasses on if I want a piece of gum or something, put on some music, find a podcast on my phone. So I have sat there.
So Mike's
for
up to half an hour now.
Well, hold on. I'm not like
it's going to be longer.
He's not done yet.
I'm not the tortoise in the car. I mean, you can accomplish these things fairly quickly.
He may have to put on a different sweatshirt or...
You never know when the inspiration for Only Mike's content will strike.
True.
You have to be prepared for anything.
Car shots.
You have to be You have to be ready to,
People love those public candid, only mic shots. So,
and then you got to find a, volunteer sometimes too. So that takes a while before you scare off.
You should do like me and just look at your phone and answer text while you're driving. You save a lot of time.
Well, usually what happens is like I'll check a message and my wife will tell me that we need something from somewhere else, and then I have to read that and respond to that, and then there's a follow-up question.
Or have you ever gone through everything, fought all the people, you get out to the car, you're like, and you get a text, and you look and it's like, are you still at Walmart? Like,
yes, I've had that one.
I want to say, no. Or I just don't look. I drive away so I can say, no.
I go back in.
I'm not there anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm like, what do you need?
No, I do take a few minutes just to collect my thoughts and whatever, just out of the store sometimes.
Okay. I'm usually an in and out. I mean, as soon as I get in, I'm starting it up and I'm on the road.
And I can do that too, but sometimes I will sit there for a couple minutes and sort stuff out.
That's where you get abducted at the parking lots, is by sitting there, unaware of your surroundings.
Oh, I'm paying attention.
That's when the white van pulls up and snatches you.
Well, I did see Dr. John there the other day.
Dr. John.
That's from another podcast. So another episode. Not another podcast, but another episode.
Somebody else's. We're quoting other people's podcasts now.
We're just going to start playing their podcast.
It might be better.
It probably is. All right. That was the last thing I had.
No, we're going to redo theirs in the same, we'll get the script and we'll just redo it.
That's right. We're a cover podcast.
Yes. This week, we're the Greener Grass Podcast.
They've just kicked us off the network. Like, we don't want you guys doing that. All right.
I can be a couple minutes because like Mike, I'll start the car. I'll give my phone time to sync up to the car so I can get my Pandora going.
Hand crank? What?
It takes a second to get the CarPlay.
I gotta get the little satellite dish out.
Yeah, it doesn't sync immediately, and I got to get Pandora going. Now sometimes it'll connect automatically and just start playing, and I'm good. But I'm allowing I'm saying 2 minutes. I don't need a lot of time, but I do need a little bit of time.
I would say 2 minutes is the max that I would allow.
Yeah.
I think you need to. I'll give you 2.
I feel like Mike's up to 15 or so, but
how long do you think I sit there in the car?
See, I thought you would.
Cow.
Well, here's the thing. I get a preconceived notion, and I thought you would be more on my side, and Greg would take forever. So when you said you're taking longer, it just shocked me because I'm like, I did not. In my mind, I had it worked out. Oh, Mike's quick. He's an in. He's got the keys out of on his way to the car. He gets in, starts it up, sliding it in the drive or reverse as he's putting his seatbelt on, type of guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong. After a trip to Walmart, yes, that's like 99% of the time. Feel. But I have had those other times where I need to sort some stuff out.
So you need a little bit of time.
Yeah, I'll allow the leeway, is what I'm trying to say.
So you allow 5 minutes max.
I mean, look, I can't scarf down a medium pizza and 8 wings like that in the car. So, no, but I'll probably give, like 5 minutes or so. And I'm parked, like, in the boonies.
So am I.
So, like, nobody's itching for my spot or anything. So it's not like I'm, like, in prime real estate there.
You're not in the fire lane like Greg.
No.
Sitting 2 minutes in the fire lane, they frown on that. 2 extra minutes.
Actually, on a side note, talking about the store, a couple weeks ago, I was exiting our local Walmart and somebody got arrested right in front of me. I mean, tackled to the ground by police officers.
Shoplifting or parking
get your
in the
phone
fire
out
lane?
And start recording?
I should have. But this is, I'm like walking out the security scanner things there. And I mean, I kid you not, just 2-3 feet in front of me, tackled to the ground by cops.
A man or a woman?
It was a man. So I'm assuming it was
Cop was a man too?
Yeah. 2 of them. I mean, the guy didn't stand a chance. I mean, he was on the ground. And I was just like, whoa. I stood there for a second and admired the view, but then I was like, okay, I'm getting out of here.
I don't want to be collateral damage.
Yeah. I'm not an accomplice.
Never want that.
I'm not an accomplice.
No.
I'm only here for the only Mike.
That's right. So, all right, that was all I had.
That's all I had too. So
I thought you had 2 more stories.
Well, that's all I had for that segment.
I thought we were done.
No, we're not quite.
Oh, everybody said, oh.
Couple of dog stories. So
we really should have done the Greener Grass podcast. Then you all would have been done listening now. Instead, you're listening to us.
Would you rather?
Would you rather have a dog on an airplane or?
All right. So
let's discuss.
I'm just going to read the story. And as I read it, there's some variables to it. I don't know. But anyways, the headline is French Bulldog dies on Alaska.
So at least we know up front.
Somebody died, a dog.
This is worse than somebody in a lot of people's eyes.
Well, yes, it is true. The French Bulldog dies on Alaska airline flight after being moved from first class to coach.
I'm sorry.
The lawsuit claims
he got demoted and
he died.
Wow.
So
I would expect nothing less from a French Bulldog. They're so.
I am not going to coach. Oh.
I would rather die than fly coach. He puts it back there. I told you. He falls over.
All right.
Wow.
So,
little high strung.
Real quick. A San Francisco man has sued Alaska Airlines, alleging negligence that led to the death of his beloved 3-year-old French Bulldog.
Now, what if he didn't love his dog? Would it still want to sue him? He's like, I just kind of like the dog. He's a little jerk.
Well, maybe the dog's just beloved by everyone.
Maybe it is. It's a beloved French
I feel
Bulldog.
his loss today.
Yeah. After he was asked to move to from first class to coach on a flight from New York to San Francisco. Long flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hang on. I'm not trying to...
This gets confusing.
Was the man asked to leave or was the dog asked to leave?
Well, I'm guessing both.
Okay.
Yeah. Michael Cantillo claimed he purchased a first class ticket specifically to give his pup.
Okay.
So did he give the pup the ticket?
So he had a first class and he bought his dog a first class.
I think he spent an extra $100.
I can't tell if I hate this guy or if I have some respect because at least he bought a ticket for the dog.
It was actually him and his dad and 2 French Bulldogs.
Okay.
And they paid $100 a piece.
For first class?
For the dogs, an extra 100.
Oh, I thought he bought like a full first class ticket.
For him, he did.
For the dog.
No.
Oh, well,
the dog was just with him in first class.
No, I thought he bought like the dog its own seat because at that point I'm like, well, if you bought the dog its seat.
Yeah, he claimed he purchased a first class ticket specifically to give his pup Ash more space.
I hate this guy now. I didn't, and now I do.
To keep him around fewer people. However, Cantillo was asked to move to, and they don't explain why. He was asked to move to coach, which caused Ash to become anxious.
Which I'm sure everybody at Coach was thrilled to death to see that. Because you get his picture of this. This guy and his French Bulldog coming
and he's anxious.
Oh, he's going to be sitting next to me. This is the worst.
It said he caused Ash to become anxious and led to health issues culminating in the dog's death. The lawsuit, okay, we don't need to, let's see, he's alleging breach of contract, negligent hiring and supervision and okay, so all these things he's complaining about. All right, so it says that he booked the tickets with his father and 2 French Bulldogs, Ash and Cora. On the trip, they flew first class without incident, and both French Bulldogs arrived safely in New York, it says. The suit says that both dogs were healthy during their stay in New York, and that the plaintiff took the Bulldogs to a veterinary hospital to get them checked ahead of the return flight to San Francisco to make sure they were healthy enough for the journey. So I'm getting, are these sickly dogs?
I was going to say, how delicate are these dogs? Like,
I don't know, but it says then they traveled back to San Francisco along with the 2 dogs. He had purchased 2 first-class tickets with his father to ensure that the dogs had more space and that they would be able to board the flight early, the suit says. The suit says he followed the Alaska airline policy, reserving both in-cabin dogs ahead of the flight by calling and reserving first-class space, paying an additional $100 per dog at the airport, transporting the dogs in carriers compliant with size requirements. They were initially placed in the 4th row. However, but shortly before takeoff, an Alaska Airlines flight attendant and another unknown male employee of Alaska Airlines asked the plaintiff and his father to move to aisle 11 of the plane for safety purposes. That's what I don't get. So you're up there in first class, you got your dogs. Why did you get asked to move to row 11?
Well, that's my complaint. For safety purposes?
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's not on him because I'm siding with the guy at this juncture, actually. Because
that's what I was at as I read this. I was like, At first, I
don't know the rest of the story, but at this point, I'm on the guy's side because it sounded like he did everything right. He went to the vet. He paid $100 per dog in addition to his tickets.
Which first class tickets are pricey.
That's pricey. So, and he did it knowingly because he's like, okay, I want to take care of the dogs. The guy has gone above and beyond, I think, at this point to make it that he's doing what he needs to do to accommodate the flight.
Well, he explained that moving the dog. Oh, I was
going to say, but the safety, you need to move for safety purposes. It's like,
what would be unsafe in first class that would...
And then, but why, even if there's something for safety purposes, why would you sell those tickets anyway? Because it makes it seem like it's a broader issue other than the dogs. You know, like, the way I read it is that not that the dogs or the guy was causing the safety issue, but it sounds like for safety purposes, you need to move. But see, that sounds too vague to me. Like, I feel like that's where I would take complaint if I was the guy with the dogs.
I'd like a little more clarity there.
Because it's like, what does that mean? And if for safety reasons something bigger needs to be happening, then why would you sell me these spots anyway?
Like, for safety reasons, we have to throw the dogs off the plane.
But they didn't do that because they just asked them to move back.
Because I don't think it's that it was safety reasons that the dogs were bothering anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say. It sounds like it's a bigger issue, and then in that case, it's even more on the airline than on the guy.
So he goes on to say that moving the dogs before takeoff would be extremely dangerous to the dogs, noting they were calm at the moment but would not be calm anymore now that the plane was full of people. To move the dogs now would make them anxious, very anxious and excited, which would lead to extremely dangerous breathing and heart problems. So we also have, I think, sickly dogs.
Well, I think the breed itself kind of lends
I think partially because it does say later, due to their shortened snout and things like that, they're breathing.
Maybe they should have got him an emotional support dog.
For the dog?
The dog. He could have had a big lab.
A hamster.
I picture a big lab. Like, it's okay, buddy. Come on.
So the new seats Contillo and his father were asked to move to were closer to more people and less space for the dogs to breathe, the suit contends. It alleges that the employees ignored everything that was said. Then Ash immediately started breathing very quickly and heavily with noticeable anxiety. Ash stopped moving, but he could not check on him until after a certain altitude had been reached. By the time Contillo and his father got off the plane in San Francisco, Ash's body was entirely in rigor mortis. Rigor mortis does not really set in until about 4 hours after death for dogs. The flight was over 5 hours in length. So it's kind of, they're short-nosed breed, normal, like other dogs with normal length muzzles don't have this problem. The suit alleges the crew and the pilot showed no sympathy. No one stopped to show concern. Let's see. So it looks like he then, let the people on the plane know and things like that. So really, that was kind of the question. And so you kind of answered midstream. Do you feel like it's on the airline?
I think it's even more on the airline. And I'm kind of angry on behalf of this guy for his dog's loss. Because I think I've made this gripe before. Now on a smaller scale, but I've made it like appointments. What's the point of making or scheduling an appointment if the appointment's never honored by the other side? What's the point of buying a first class ticket and spending all that money if it's not even honored by the other side? Because if it was truly a problem with the dogs, they probably wouldn't have been kicked off the airplane. What's it going to solve if you just move them back to coach?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. What triggered that. And that's where I wish we had the detail of that, but they don't have it in the story.
And that's probably why they're suing. I mean, but it's like, what's the point? If I'm going to buy a first class ticket,
I agree with you. I'm not a fan of everybody flying with their dogs.
That's what I was going to ask. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it.
Now they allowed it, so
I know they allow it. I don't like it. I love dogs and I have a dog. I don't want to fly with somebody with a dog. I just don't. It's like
I wouldn't either. But aside from that, the guy I thought did probably everything he should have done.
I agree with that.
And so I don't think there's much more he could have done. And he, to the not the detriment, but to the help of the other people, the courtesy of the other people on the airplane, he's like, hey, I'll spend more money out of my pocket to make sure I'm not bothering.
I agree with all of that.
So it's like the guy did everything he could.
Well, it sounds like there's a couple things I'd be upset with. One is, I don't know what a first class airline ticket costs. What, $3,000, a couple grand? I don't know how much they are compared to a coach ticket. You get moved from first class to coach. How much money did that just cost?
That's a problem
you?
in and of itself.
Yep.
Yeah. Even outside the dog. That's what I'm trying to say is what's the point?
If there was no dogs even, I'd be upset about that.
If you can be moved at will by an airline, then, that's not good.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's funny when I first, and I wanted to go ahead and continue with it because when I first read the story, I thought, oh geez, here we go again. A guy with a dog on an airplane. But then as I read the story, I'm like, maybe he's got some grounds for
Yep.
the
No,
lawsuit.
I agree with that.
But I'm with you. I don't love animals on the airplane.
Yeah. I said that, but I will agree that they allowed it and they have a policy and he followed the policy. So it's like, well,
Yeah. So you
You
kind of
gotta
let it happen, I guess.
this is real quick. There was a woman, this happened earlier in the year. She was on, I don't know what flight she flew or what airline she flew, but she bought 2 tickets for herself. It wasn't to Paradise because she wanted the room. They got on there and they gave that empty seat to somebody else because there wasn't somebody flying, even though she bought it. I'd end up arrested because I'd be like,
Yeah.
I bought the ticket.
Yes. If I want to
What
put
do you
my
care?
shoe on that seat.
What do you care if I just bought 3? I bought this whole row and nobody sat in it. I just wanted a row in front of me with nobody in it. I bought the ticket and paid for it, so it's paid for. You're not out the money.
And wouldn't that be easier for an airline because you'd have less weight on the plane and make it you would
would
spend
think
as much
Well,
so.
fuel?
Southwest would say, well, you're in your seats you bought. Your other empty seats back there in row 12.
Well, I think it was Southwest. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, so you're in this seat, but your empty one is somewhere else because somebody took because you don't get, unless you pay huge dollars, you don't get to assign a seat.
Yeah,
I think they're getting more back to that a little bit.
See,
but
I hate flying. I
do too. I hate it.
I'm the guy who I will drive the 40 hours
I drive.
cross country.
I'll
I'll do it.
I've done it.
Yeah, I would
So
much
I.
prefer that anyway.
Yeah, I do too.
Because TSA
and then
is
there's
a whole
that
separate.
smashing into the ground at 30,000, from
Yeah,
30,000
yeah.
feet. I'm not a fan of that either.
And now our planes are falling apart in midair, so
Yeah.
there's that too. But anyway,
So, anyways, there was that. And it's just, so then that led me to this next story. It's just people get nuts with their animals. It just,
what?
so this,
That doesn't sound like Americans.
No.
the headline of this one, owner asks if service dog can get Costco member card. And there's no lawsuits or anything with this one, so you can judge it however you want. As a membership-only retail store, Costco requires people to scan a card before entering. And although it isn't needed for service dogs, one handler thought her canine needed one. Rambo,
Yes, I love it.
not bruh, a
He does
service.
not look like a Rambo, though.
No, he doesn't.
He's
Well,
a
where's his picture?
standard-sized poodle.
Yeah, he's a service.
yeah.
He's a service poodle.
I see his picture. Yeah, he doesn't look much like a
He
No,
looks
there's-
like a Renee.
Yeah, yeah,
He needs a
yeah.
beret on. I'm
A
not saying
French
that
poodle.
standard poodles are they're tough dogs. They used them to hunt lions back in the day, but he just doesn't. Sorry, go
So
ahead.
he's a service poodle, and he's no stranger to visiting Costco. He goes with his handler while she shops, but not for a casual stroll. He is constantly on duty as a cardiac alert dog. These service dogs are trained to detect anomalies in heartbeats and blood pressure changes. If there's a sudden change, they alert their owners, as stated in the article from Service Dog Certifications. And then it was another Costco outing for Rambo and his owner. However, this time, I picture Rambo with like guns and
He's got his machete.
bullets wrapped around it,
Yeah.
bullet belts or whatever, ammo belts. Well, I don't know. Is that what they call them?
and grenades.
Yeah. However, this time they went to the customer service desk to renew their membership. That's when the brilliant idea popped into the owner's mind. Rambo needs his own membership card. She asked the Costco employees if her service dog could also get a membership card, and they agreed without hesitation. In the August 31st TikTok video, of course, posted to the account, Rambo the service poodle,
I'm disliking this person.
Rambo
Go ahead.
sat front and center posing for the camera. He knew it was his first time to shine.
He knew. He doesn't know anything.
He knows
thinks,
he wants.
I sit here. I'm
He
going to get a
licked
treat.
himself after he did it.
Probably while the picture's being taken.
And finally become an official Costco member. He doesn't know.
Did he have to pay?
No.
So if he didn't, I want a free Costco
He
membership.
didn't. Rambo beat the system too.
Well, this is garbage.
The employees gave him the card for free.
I've been a Costco member for 10 years. I think I deserve something.
Well, Costco's going to crack down on that. I think, other people using your cards, not yours, but other.
Who's using my card?
It must have been his adorableness him that got him the free price.
Oh, you think so? After
receiving the card, the owner and Rambo returned to the front of the double check to run to the front to double check it worked. She scanned his card at the kiosk where you check in, and lo and behold, his image popped up in the screen. Unknowingly, the owner thinks she might have started a trend for service dogs. Please.
Unknowingly. She posted it to her TikTok account.
Yep, and then it got 417,000 views.
See, now this is the kind of stuff where I stroll into Costco and I need to get a membership card and I'm stuck behind a woman and her freaking service dog trying to get a membership card. I was like, look, there's zero max time for your dog to get a membership card. What's the stop? How about he gets his own bank card? Let's get a credit card.
You don't need an ID to vote, but Rambo needs a Costco card.
He does.
She said he could get his own hot dog at the
how's he gonna
concession.
pay for it?
Doggy bucks.
Doggy bucks.
They probably have that. They probably will.
I don't like this story. I don't like it. I love dogs.
That's why I wanted to share.
I love dogs. I'm a dog person.
But we just go overboard. Yeah. It's like.
But this would drive me nuts if I walked in and I'll go to the service desk and they're look at this dog. Oh, let's get this. I'm like, I just want to do whatever. Return this or get my card.
Yeah. Because it's not about the woman having Rambo as for her cardiac problems. That's a good thing.
It's a service dog. They're allowed to go out and help out and do stuff. That's great.
Years ago when I would see a service dog, it'd usually be some, guy sitting at a table and the dog's laying on the floor by his feet. He's not getting Costco cards.
No. Or showing him around because he's blind.
Yeah.
And you throw something at him and laugh and run away.
Yeah. The dog attacks you. Yeah. But
I don't like it.
I don't think Rambo should have got a card.
I
think they should have snuffed it right there.
Mike?
Did Rambo have one of those headbands, with one tied off to the side like Rambo, the bloody headband, war,
like the bandana,
just like Stallone's got.
Yeah, yeah.
The war paint.
I wonder if
the dirt on his face,
the big knife.
Yeah.
I wonder if Rambo barks like Stallone.
He's got
Wolf.
He's got the accent.
Yeah. Wolf, wolf.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just echo the thoughts you had on that one.
Yeah.
I just like to imagine him as Rambo. Maybe that's the joy I find in that
That's
story.
probably the most fun part. This
that
poodle.
I do like that.
This poodle's Rambo.
I do like that.
So.
All right.
That's
Get
all
to
I
the
have.
chopper.
Well, that's Arnold.
Oh, that's
yeah,
that's true.
yeah,
That's
Rambo.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But still, funny. All right. Anything else?
I don't think
All
so.
right. Well, hey, everybody, have a great week out there. Relax. Take in a deep breath. Laugh a little bit. It's going to be okay. And we appreciate you listening. We hope you tune in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace.